I didn't bother filming my walk from the house to the dog garage because I did not want to take my hand out of my mitt. It's really cold out today. Oh, yeah. Uh-oh. Good girl. Good morning, everybody. How's it going, Dickie? So it's a red day. That means the kids aren't in school. I've got a sick kid at home, and it's a little later than usual for picking today's tea, but I wouldn't miss it for the world. Day 20. Let's see what we got. Ooh, apple cider. Sounds delish. Day 20. Florida soaring.
Okay, so Mom doesn't like the smell, so I'm doing it in my room.
Safely.
Oh.
Away from you yet?
Gosh, I'm so bad. So, yeah.
Hello. Well, it's the end of the day and I haven't filmed anything again. That's because the day was not really worth filming. I just was at work, still working on a big spreadsheet, and it's, yeah, and all the other things I try to keep up with in the day. I have to say that I am absolutely exhausted. I couldn't really tell you why. Maybe it's just like still a bit of a sugar hangover from the weekend, or I don't know. Maybe I'm just ready for a little break. Looking forward to it. And the break has been forced upon us because it's red days with the school, which means that the kids were home today. They'll be home tomorrow again. They're old enough to be on their own during the day, and that's not really a big deal, but I do worry about them and, have to think extra hard. Well, what am I going to get them to do? What chores can I make them do? They're pretty good. They're pretty good about helping out. So I've got the list made for tomorrow already. Hey, you going to help too? So yeah, I don't know. Christmas is in a few more days. Hopefully everybody's healthy and happy by then, and we can celebrate in grand style. I'm really looking forward to feeding everyone and spending time together. And I realized over the course of this vlog that, I was talking yesterday about how the holidays were less of a religious thing and more of a family thing, and then I realized they're more of a food thing, actually. I mean, it's really just been about making all sorts of foods that we normally don't eat during the year and then stuffing them down people's faces, down their throats. So I love that part of it. For me, food is love, like for most of us, and I love to feed the people that I love. especially the things that they love. So trying to, always make that a part of the holiday plan. But after I was thinking about it a bit, I realized maybe I should plan a few more games too, so that we can connect rather than just chew. So yeah, that's the plan. But tonight I won't be doing any of that. Tonight I'm just going to go to bed early, read my book. Are you reading anything good? I love to hear about what people are reading. I love inspiration. I do most of my reading for like 5 minutes before bed, and then quite often between like 3 and 5 in the morning. When you wake up and your brain just goes and your body's like, no, too late, says your brain, I'm up. So then you tell your brain to just distract itself with a good book. And I was watching the Bakery Bears. I really like that podcast. I think it's wonderful. Hey, don't jump up. It's wonderful. And Kay was talking about winter solstice. I can't remember who wrote it. But anyway, so downloaded that, and I'm trying it out, and I'm really enjoying it. It's made a very nice change from what I was reading, which was a very bad series called The Salem B&B. No, I shouldn't say it's bad. It's not bad as in there's spelling mistakes or grammar issues, nothing like that, but it was not that good. But it was good at 3 a.m. when you wanted to go back to sleep. Anyway, I was kind of committed to reading that series just because I hadn't gotten any other inspiration. And now that I am reading Winter Solstice, I'm very, very happy. And I'm happy to see that it's a massive book and it will take me a long time to get through it, especially in 10-minute increments. So hooray for that. I have some clients who are in a book club, and quite often they're recommending books to me, which is so wonderful. I read a couple really great books on their good advice, like Molokai, and I can't remember who wrote it, but it's really good. And The Lost Apothecary, that was a really good one that I read this year. Thank you, ladies, for those recommendations. So if you have a wonderful book that you love dearly and you think that I might enjoy it as well, then pass it along, because I'm always looking for the next great read. Especially now, because I'm not quite ready to read the seed catalogs. I'm not quite ready to plan the garden. I'm a little bit burnt out from knitting. I know, I just said that out loud. But these socks, I'm really not loving them. I knitted them too small, so it's obvious that they are not gonna fit me. I'll have to find someone with small, narrow feet to gift them to. But I'll finish them. Not loving it. Looking forward to finishing that, and then finishing up a few other projects, and then starting something new and exciting in the new year. But anyway, that is what it is in December. Try to wrap up all the loose ends. Yeah, this cat's just trying desperately to get as many pets as he can. Tilly's inside at the front door, wagging her tail as you walk by. Then, of course, you can't resist a good pet. She's such a darling, and she really isn't loving this cold weather. It's not that she has to be outside. She has a dog door and an insulated garage, and she can go in there anytime she wants. But she'd really rather be with her people, so she just hangs out at the front door in the big house, and we've had the fire going all day, and you can still just feel that cold seeping in. Apparently, we made the news today because it is like one of the coldest places in Canada. And it reminds me of why I don't live in Yellowknife. For Canadians, you probably already know your geography, but if you're not from Canada, Yellowknife is the capital of the Northwest Territories, which is one of the 3 northern territories in Canada, and they are north of the 60th parallel, so pretty far up there. Like the border between Canada and the States is the 49th parallel, so north of the 60th. And Yellowknife was, when we moved there, and still is actually, the end of the road. So when we moved up in 1988, we had the old wood-paneled station wagon, and Dad and Mom drove us up there, and the road was gravel all the way from the Alberta border all the way up to the ferry, across the Mackenzie River on the ferry, and then all the way around Great Slave Lake to Yellowknife. And I remember how dusty the camper trailer was when we arrived. It was just a nightmare. And I can't say those were the happiest days of my life. Part of it probably just had to do with the fact that I was coming into my teenage years, and nobody really enjoys those. And part of it had to do with the fact that winter in Yellowknife is long, it's cold, and it's dark. It's so much colder than here. You know, when I look at the wind chill of -40, and we're having a few days of that, and it is cold and it's miserable and it's awful, but it's only a few days. I remember growing up and it was like weeks and weeks of that. And I walked to school both ways, uphill in 5 feet of snow. I'm just kidding, but I really did walk to school in that weather. You just either dressed for it or you got frostbite, and that was that. And I did get a lot of frostbite as a teenager. Anyway, I don't miss it. I'm glad to be further south, and I know every time we have a cold day or a cold snap like this one, it won't last long. You know, a couple days, maybe a couple weeks at worst. And then it's not that bad. We have those Chinooks. So anyway, I'm gonna leave you off here. I'm gonna get my book and read until I fall asleep, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye.